Oh boy, how about we find out what mental breakdown Cece is having today, shall we? That sounds fun. Cece, of course, is a flat earther, which will probably come up. It usually does, but who knows? So don't mark it on the bingo card yet. He's also absolutely frustrating anti-vaxxer. He's incredibly ignorant. He has no idea what he's talking about. I don't like to just insult people's intelligence on the whole, but like he's a very gullible person, and he's a person who thinks he knows a lot more than he does. He's very Dunning-Kruger. Everyone's susceptible to Dunning-Kruger, but if Dunning-Kruger could be personified, I think it would be an amalgamation of Peter and CC here. So let's take a look at what kind of weird, dark thing he's got going on, because I don't know if I've seen him film in the car this late. Nick says, CC after dark, things might get steamy.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. 12/15/21. Our new governor, who is worse than Cuomo at this point. Another fucking disaster. Like,
I assume you don't like this person. I don't know who took over for Cuomo. I don't follow, like, New York specific politics. I assume CC just doesn't like this person because COVID restrictions, COVID safety measures, etc. Morok with 50 bits says, how are Cassia and Lou acclimating to Oliver's scent, assuming you are keeping them separated for the time being? They actually haven't reacted very much, so I guess we'll see as time goes on and we try and slowly introduce them, probably putting food on either side of the door, keeping them separate. We'll see.
they all are, has now mandated masks on. But the only county that's acknowledging it is Westchester County.
I don't know how true that is. If that is the case, I think all of the counties. It's weird that they're just deciding to ignore, like, governmental shit. I wasn't aware that was something you were allowed to do. You know the cops that have been, like, refusing to enforce COVID mandates? Where was that with all the fucked up laws over the last, literally, forever? You can just choose not to enforce laws? Why you been putting people in prison for life with weed? Anyway, I digress. The point I'm trying to make is, isn't it weird that the government appears to just be able to ignore things that higher up chain in the government tells them to do? Weird. Anyway, it's hilarious to me that if this is true, that Chris happens to live in the only place in the area that is actually enforcing the mandate. I kind of love that.
County that I live in. Orange County? No. Mayor says, go fuck yourself. Putnam County? No. That guy just said, no, we're not going to fucking pay attention to that either. Go fuck yourself. I don't know about New York City. I'm not quite sure about that, but
I imagine New York City's probably fine with it for the most part. Stromboli says, is 3 cats your limit? My uncle had 14 in a bed house. In a bed house. Oh, in a 1-bedroom house at one point, and it was a literal shit show. Yeah, 3's the limit for the size of house we have currently. Yeah, for sure. I don't even know if I would want more than 3. I guess we'll find out, but I'm fine with 3. I love kitties. For this house, 3's fine. And then Tucker White says, wait, what's this about mandates? I know. Would you prefer women dates?
The other counties in New York have just said, fuck you. We've gotten rid of the mandate, and we're not going to pay attention to it. But Westchester County, you bunch of pussies, have once again let me down. And look at these.
Is CC slowly turning into Joaquin Phoenix's Joker? Because I'm kind of down for that story arc.
People running around with face masks, which are good for you, by the way. But look at them.
Face masks are at worst neutral for you, yeah. But in a pandemic, they're actually very good for you, it turns out.
Just look at them running around with it. Still to this day, 2 years later, 2 fucking years later, they are still walking around with masks.
Yeah, there's still a virulent disease spreading rapidly, and almost 1 million people in America alone have died because of it. It didn't disappear.
Because it's good for you. It's especially good for you in the summertime at 90-degree weather. And it even is much...
What? You're gonna overheat because of a thin piece of cloth on your face right here that takes up this much space on your body? Wear a t-shirt and shorts, my guy. What are you talking about? Bitter Old Ass Broad says, with 300 bits, CC After Dark is an advice Facebook live series done by trans drag queen. That's actually hilarious. Towing24 says, New York Capital Region here, unfortunately, thanks to shitty cops and shitty GOP county assembly people, he's not totally wrong. Westchester's not the only county, but the non-zero number of counties claiming poverty to not follow the mandate is bad. Also horseshit. Yeah, I do not like those people.
Much more important that you wear it when it's really cold outside, because that is the height of the flu season, right? Am I correct? It is the height of the flu season in the wintertime. So how does bacteria move back and forth in the air? I don't know. We got to...
I don't understand the question. What do you think would preclude that? Bacteria, like anything else, it's very tiny, so it can get in the air and travel. Like, lots of things travel in the air that you don't see. When you smell something, what is happening chemically is that, like, okay, this Coke Zero. If I sniff this Coke Zero, I can smell it. What's happening when I smell it is literal tiny particles of the Coke are entering my nasal cavity, and my body is detecting those chemicals and interpreting them in my brain as a smell. Okay, so even though I can't see, particles of Coke coming out of this, they are, and they travel through the air into my nose. The same thing happens with viruses or bacteria if they're airborne and they can be transmitted through the air. What?
Ask Fauci for that, because scientifically it's like technically impossible, but you should still wear your face mask because we recommend you do. And the politicians have become scientists, and they've become doctors.
No, Chris, politicians who are enacting COVID restrictions are doing so on the advice of actual medical and scientific advisors, because we've known for like a century, more than a century at this point, that masks are good for preventing the spread of airborne diseases that you spread through your breath, through the spit in your breath and particulates that you expel through respiration. This is not new. And the irony here is that Chris, his whole channel is him pretending he knows better than scientists and doctors. It's him being an anti-vaxxer. It's him being a flat earther. It's him believing in chemtrails. His entire personality is thinking he's smarter than doctors, and all of a sudden, he's mad because he perceives politicians as doing the same thing, but really they're not. They're doing the opposite of that. They're deferring to expertise from doctors and scientists. Very strange.
So the next time you go and fucking vote, or you see that politician, ask him, do you have any scientific background or any degree or doctrine of anything?
Did he say doctrine?
Other than if you don't have this job.
I think he said doctrine and not doctorate. Chris, what are your qualifications? You drive a van for a living. And I've said this before, I'm not trying to denigrate anyone for their job. CC does a job, right? He drives a van, and he's probably good at it. I'll give him that. Good. You are doing work, okay? So I think you should be, paid fairly at a living wage for what you do. Awesome. But you do not know anything about science or medicine. You are neither of these things. You drive a van. Morok says, COVID-19 specifically is airborne through water particulates. COVID viruses specifically are too small to be stopped by most masks, but since COVID-19 relies on water particles to travel, the water gets caught by the mask and stops. Thank you.
You'll become nothing but a fucking balloon boy? Okay, ask him that.
Hey, Ren.
Ask him if he has any doctrine or anything for that matter at all.
I like that Chris is pretending to care about
and they're going to tell you no. But yet, wearing a face mask is good for you. You should do it, okay? Because it really does protect other people.
Yeah, what was the balloon boy thing?
Even though you've gotten vaxxed. How many times now? You know, I heard of the CDC is now recommending on a monogram, whatever the fuck it is now, 3 more shots on top of that extra booster shot. So that's 6 shots. Nice.
Honestly, at this point, I'm kind of assuming, at least for the, foreseeable future, I'm guessing it's going to be like flu shot. I just expect to get one every year, every 6 months for the foreseeable future. That's fine. I also get flu shots, CC. It's not a big fucking deal.
Oh, man, that's great. It feels good, too. And now each shot that you get, you feel sick for like 2 or 3 days. Because I've seen it.
The first dose was fine for me. The second dose, I was not great for like a day. Haven't gotten the booster yet, though I'm scheduling it. So I'll let you know then. But like even then, that's fine. Some medicine has side effects for short periods of time. Not a big deal. Cosmic Cats 42, thanks for 12 months. Happy anniversary. Says, hey, Hannah in chat, hope the week's going well. Have you done the Trump stuff yet? Also, Cat. Yeah, we did the Trump stuff first. Sorry you missed it. It'll be in the VOD, though, so you can always check it out there. Oh, that didn't work. Let's try again. Boop.
Firsthand, okay, because everybody that's around me are taking these shots. But it gives me free time to run out and do some more videos. So take as many shots as you want. Go ahead, take 10, take 15, take 20, okay. Take fucking shit, go all the way, and take 75 fucking shots in the next 3 years. It's great. They'll come out with this, they'll come out with that, and they'll come out with anything they can to scare the fuck out of you. But you better wear that mask, because that is important, and you better get vaccinated. Okay? That's even more important. Just pump yourself.
The irony, of course, being that if Chris and people like him all got vaccinated, this wouldn't be such an issue, and we wouldn't need mask mandates anywhere. So that's great. Cruelty1 says, thanks to idiots like this, in the bloody red state in which I'm currently trapped, my cousin Stevie died yesterday. I'm really, really sorry. He was funny and sweet, but overweight and diabetic. Your show helps me know I'm not the last bit of sanity on the planet. Cute cat, have my first bits ever. Thank you. I'm really sorry for your loss.
Up with every fucking thing you can take. You know, it reminds me of this movie. It wasn't really a movie. It actually turned into a series. It was called The Visitors. And there was this, like, drug or something that they had from their... they liked sour milk. Okay, sour milk. They loved sour milk. Okay.
Why are we talking about the show V all of a sudden? Although Robert Englund... Bitter Grin with 50 bits so are anti-vaxxers just afraid of needles? He seems really obsessed with the number of shots. Some of them might be. I think he's genuinely just dumb. Sky Comet Fallen says, CC, you're a plague rat snowflake. Towing24 says, everyone around me is getting the shots. Translation, his wife has gotten all 3 shots and gives him as much shit about his anti-vax lies as his flat earther lies. I hope so. Tucker White says, a bit more pressing question. How does this connect to our flat earth? I don't know. Princess Amelia says you'd better get vaccinated. This but unironically. And then Muddy with 45 bits says, I actually don't mind the masks. I actually really like it when people can't see most of my face. In my opinion, that's the dumbest thing you can complain about when it comes to COVID. I know, right? The masks are great. I'm undergoing electrolysis currently, so I'm still dealing with getting rid of facial hair. I'm making progress, but it's slow and steady. So I still, have a decent bit of facial hair. And if I don't put any concealer on, even when I shave, there's still darkness in certain areas of my face. People with facial hair know what I'm talking about. Hey, Ollie. So the mask is nice, you know? Don't have to use concealer all the time. Blackwing Hecate with 45-bit says, I'd like to like wearing a mask, but the problem is that they're uncomfortable. Yeah, I've had some that are more or less uncomfortable, but probably a Lannister says, Hannah, your cat cam is so cute, I want to cry.
Okay. That might trigger some kind of memory, but it was called the V. I mentioned it in a couple of my videos, I think, a few years ago. It was like this green...
Sorry, I'm getting a lot of bits messages. Catherine CD says, I've never taken my mask off. I love it. I've got 2 shots and booked my 3rd, and it'll do a 4th, 5th, and 6th. Tucker White says, besides masks, giving me an excuse to rep my beloved World Series champions. Nice.
Green stuff, or... yeah, I think it was green. It's like, it looked like gelatin or something like that. It didn't have an effect on any of us. You know, but apparently they're a species of aliens. It had a big effect on them. It was like...
I've never heard of an epilator, and I don't use laser. I use electrolysis, which is different.
Drinking, I don't know, cocaine, I guess, or something. Can you actually drink cocaine or something? I don't know.
You can drink cocaine. It's not the preferred way anymore.
Who knows? But, you know, it'll get you really high. And so at the end...
Epilators is a mechanized rotating plucker. If it's just plucking the hairs, how is it actually permanently removing them?
Of the movie, when they were about to, you know, get rid of all of these drugs from these aliens, the guy was just like sitting there with a jug of it, just drinking it down. That's what you should do. You should just do that, you know, just drink it, you know. I mean, really. Yeah, fuck, man. I'm really... what the fuck? Why do I live in Westchester County? I mean, is every single person...
So at the beginning of the video, you can say, hey everyone, CC here, Chris, Westchester County. If you moved, it would be different, and that would feel off. Sky Comet Fallen says, cat cam is keeping my serotonin level up when I'm exposed to nonsense that makes me lose faith in humanity. Uh-oh, Kitty's gonna attack CC. Hold on.
Person fucking asleep. Every one of them are fucking asleep as far as I'm concerned. All of them. And in fact, in the Flat Earth community, there's a lot of people that are asleep. You know, when I first made my channel, I don't know, it's maybe working on 5 years now. Before I even made my channel,
Bloodwine says, looks like a classic case of cat and mouse. Boo.
I was 8 months into this, and I was just going through everything and going through everything and going through everything, and I was just getting so fucking pissed off that I just said, fuck it, I've had enough. I don't give a shit anymore. Okay, I just don't. So then I decided to do videos. I appreciate all the subscribers that are out there. You know, but I told you in the beginning I knew it would happen. And I was right. And I am right.
Chris, you're not right. You haven't been right. You're wrong. The earth isn't flat. Vaccines are fine. Please get one. Your wife will appreciate it. And she'll probably hate you less. Tucker White says, here we go. Now we'll learn how this relates to our flat earth.
And to let you know, I don't know what I'm up to now. I'm 3,400. But you see, all the people that are there sub to my channel are real fucking people. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, these are real people.
Only people who subscribe to me are real people, okay? On YouTube, I have like 14,000 subscribers now, okay? I'll have you know. There's only 14,000 real people on the planet. I'm a very stable individual, just so you know.
Whether they hate me or not, it doesn't make a difference. Okay, but these are real subs that are subbed to my channel. I mean, I'm sure there's many sock accounts in there that I can't contest to. Who cares? I mean, you know, whatever. Okay, I'm just talking about the number. Okay, so I want you to compare the number from when I began, which was like 0, and you saw that, and I'm sure a lot of people were in it with me in the beginning, and then you saw my subs climb, not at a unusual rate of, one day I have like 100 subs, and then the next day I have like 5,000 subs. No,
I mean, that can happen. It happens to people. Sometimes people just get a video that gets sucked up by the algorithm, and all of a sudden they gain a bunch of followers. Rather than days, says my boy Archimedes says hi. Aw. Cute. Like, for instance, Jake and I, when we were doing, TBR early on, there was a time where we were getting, like, we got a shout out from someone big, and we got like 7,000 subs in 1 month. 1 month. So, it does happen. Tucker White says, CC says he's got a lot of subs, but what about his number of DOMs? Send tweet. Blackwing Hecate says, Hannah, thank you for giving me something to listen to while I work on the mind-numbing project of writing up my Magic the Gathering decks. You're welcome.
It never did that. I figured when I saw a lot of these channels, that were out there, and I thought if they saw somebody real, talking into their camera and just not with nothing at all helping him out, which would be me, I thought maybe, somebody at a bigger channel would like contact me, somebody with 100, 200, 500,000 subs, say, Chris,
I don't even think there are any flat earthers with 500,000 subs anymore.
Say fuck,
Is Ollie a boy or a girl? A boy. Oliver.
Which would be me.
Oopsie. Ollie. No press buttons,
I thought maybe,
please.
somebody at a bigger channel would like contact
you.
me, somebody with 100, 200, 500,000 subs. Say, Chris, hey, fuck, I like your stuff. Why don't you come and join me? Why don't you come and join me? Might be able to help you out. Let's have a conversation. I can recommend some people.
Chris, even amongst flat earth people, you're the least insightful flat earth person I've ever seen, and that's kind of part of what makes you interesting, is that you just kind of repeat the same things over and over again, and then supplement your lack of insight with just old man rants. That's what makes it fun.
People for you. Nobody did. Nobody did. Nobody has. And nobody will. So here I am in the flat earth community, or a flat earther.
Flat earth on the bingo card. Blackwing Hecate says he sounds like Elphaba during The Wizard and I haven't seen Wicked.
Was still, to this day, after years and years of having this channel and putting just raw fucking video out, nobody with these big channels, the big boys, has ever contacted me. Said, hey, hang out on my channel. Let's have a chat. Think about it, guys. I'm not here to do anything other than letting you know how I feel. Okay? That was the original point I made this fucking channel. To let you know how I feel. So I can take all the information the big boys are putting together and then feeding it back to you.
Or Jack during The Doctor and I. Is that even still from Wicked? Narnania Owl says, CC, I hope Mark Senpai notices me.
Different ways. Took me a long time to save up for that P1000, and I apologize. I kind of been putting it on the side only because I just haven't had enough time to really figure out this best camera you could ever buy.
Did he just say he's raw dogging YouTube? That's the thing. You don't raw dog YouTube. YouTube raw dogs you. Trust me. I've been here long enough. Morok says, which of the people you follow is most likely to become Bible man after discovering a sewer Bible after reaching their lowest point? Shoe on head.
When it comes down to flat earth, as far as I'm concerned.
Blackwing Hecate
for the
45
price.
bits.
Okay. You can spend $5,000 and get other things.
Oh.
It doesn't make a difference, guys. I
didn't know John Barrowman did a song about Doctor Who.
You to know what a smaller channel goes through, and there's no attention at all being brought.
Shuan Head, isn't she a grifter? Yeah, that's why I picked her.
That does tell you something.
I don't know if she's a grifter, but has the dumbest mixture of opinions in history. In my opinion.
And think about it. All these years. 600 plus videos. Somebody. You know, if I had a big channel like that, if I had like 250...
She was young people are like that. I think she's older than me. Let me look. I don't know how old June is. Nor do I care. I'm not going to say a specific age. I'm just going to see if she's older than me. Yeah, she was older than me. Just for the record. So you can't say just youth is the only thing that's making her have dumb opinions. Spongy Lord, thanks for 8 months, says, remember the chick tract on Evolution you did with Aaron Raw? That was my crossover event of the decade because I had been watching Aaron for years at the time, and also you and Jake. It's been such a ride. Thank you, Hannah. I'm grateful for years of fun. Well, thank you. I appreciate the sub. Thank you.
50,000 subs or like 300,000 subs, and I saw somebody coming
trying to be nice about my opinion.
I was like,
fair,
you know. Well, I gotta give this guy a call. You know, really. Never.
I did just get a new cat.
Look back into my original videos, and you'll see what I'm talking about, and you'll see what I'm saying. Anyway, guys, I want you to have a good night. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos and let me be a part of your life. I will be pursuing this P1000 and giving you more videos on it because it's the best instrument that any flat earther could ever buy. And I pay for things in cash.
Is he being salty because no other flat earther wants to be his friend? Yeah, basically.
So, you know, I don't like to pay in credit card. I think credit is the worst possible thing that you could ever happen over your head because the interest rates are through the roof.
If you have a good credit score, you might be... The thing about credit cards is you should probably use them for emergencies, but they can be useful at minimum for building your credit because at some time in your life, you're probably either going to want to get a mortgage or a car loan or something, and it's easy to build your credit by getting like a credit card. And like, let's say you're making a purchase to buy groceries. So you go to the store, buy groceries with the credit card, and immediately pay off the balance, like right away. It builds credit, you know? Just never buy anything with a credit card without the intent of immediately paying it off.
And don't ever do it. If you're going to do something, you pay with cash, okay? Or through PayPal or your debit card or whatever it fucking may be.
Morak says, I remember following Shu shortly before I started following TBR back in like 2012, something like that. I recently looked up Armored Skeptic again after ignoring him for the better part of 5 years, and God, he's gone full nutcase going off his video titles. Yeah, I have no idea what Greg's been up to.
Pay through that. Make sure it's hard cash. What the fuck am I talking about? Who cares? Anyway, I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos and let me be a part of your life.
So, that's what Cece's up to. Having a bad time. Surprise.